Right. Welcome everybody to the Know Your Coalition presentation. Oh, Lion is here now. So if you'd like to take over, Lion, I was just going to do the introduction, but go
I,
ahead.
I apologize, everyone. I'm having trouble with my internet connection today. Hopefully, it will last long enough for me to get through a quick introduction here. Yeah, thank you all for attending today. This is the Get to Know Your Coalition webinar series. I saw several of you just was a couple of days ago, and now we have another one. Today, we're going to be talking with Larry Handel from Campus Travel Management. Most of you know Larry, so I'm not going to belabor the introduction, and most of you know the program that Larry and the coalition have put together. But this is an opportunity for you to ask questions and really get to know the program so that when you're talking to your schools, you really have a good understanding and can give them some of the details that they might ask. So with that, I know we're limited in time, and Larry's got some information he wants to share. So I'll turn it over to Larry.
Hi, thanks. Hi, everybody, and thanks so much, Nita Lena. I appreciate the time. I apologize for the goofy opening, but the truth is that this notion of spinning straw into gold is for real. It's what I pride myself on in having created this business model. And if you look at the first three lines, travel is no longer just a one-dimensional employee expense. When parents, alumni, or others visit, it can become income. All you need to get the money is the technology that we provide for free. Now, there are two things that come to mind. First is we already have a travel agency. We'll get to that in a minute. And the second is, what's the catch? There is no catch. In travel, there's multiple revenue streams by which a company can earn a living. And what we've done is taken advantage of all of them, except in a way that allows you to be a part of that. And there's a reason why we think you should be. Your members are the secret sauce, because, and it's important to get this across before we even do the first slide, because otherwise it makes no sense. When parents of a high school senior are applying to a college, they don't apply to the hotel. They don't apply to us. They apply to the admissions department. When people are coming to commencement, they apply. They reach out to commencement for the, hey, we're graduating. Great, the family's coming. You know, here's the link. They'll tell you when to arrive, where to arrive, and then we just add to that where to stay. Let's go to the next, Anita. So that is the premise. From that point on, it's all a matter of how we do it and why there's no catch. But the secret sauce is that the university that is your member, they have the names of the people. How does a hotel begin to duplicate that? They can't. The only way they can do it is by becoming part of our program. And that's one of the reasons why we have worked as successfully as we have. So one proof, here's the DoubleTree. Now, this is an interesting one because SMU is one of these campuses where we reached out and spoke to purchasing, and someone else in admissions didn't know what purchasing was doing. So they set up a link, and now it's kind of hard for purchasing to tell admissions what to do. And I'm caught in the no man's land of a school having two sites, one with greater access to the people that matter, but the other that has all the benefits. And I'm frustrated, and where I need your help, because I need someone at SMU who can call both of them and say, look at Larry's. And it's just one of those situations where, you know, they can decide for themselves which they think is better. This is what admissions put up. A listing, no benefits. If you look closely in the middle, you see DoubleTree Campbell Center. Next slide. This is us. It's, I think, more visually attractive, except that's not what's so important. What's important is that if they use this to do the reservation, it's easier. There's revenue. There's data, there's outsourced management, there's no cost, and there's money. I mean, there's revenue, money, same thing. And there's no catch because the DoubleTree pays to be on the site. We have two streams of revenue. One stream comes to us. That I don't share because that's what pays our bills. And it ranges from $25 to $35 a month. And then there's the commission. The commission goes 80% to the campus, and the other 20% goes to you and to CCCS. And there's no secrets. It's open, and we love doing it. It's how we value our success. And in a way, we're giving away all the commission, and that's just fine with us. We make our living on the monthly fees. And I can go into more detail when we have it. Now, here's what a campus looks like. With Shenandoah University, to save time, I'm just going to tell you what the site is. If you want, just write down su.edu. They've done a great job of linking. If you pull up their site, click on su.edu, that's it. And then visit Shenandoah, that's it. That'll take you to the visit page. And then on the bottom, there's a little red box, local hotels. Next slide. That will take you to our site. And our site has all the hotels in it. In this case, there's 6 showing, but there's maybe 12 or 13 that are actually on there. It just fits better on the page this way. And you've got the George Washington University managed site. That doesn't matter as far as we're concerned. Once they click on that logo, it gets you into the WordPress. The WordPress gives you the pictures and all the amenities. And then you click on the dates that you want to go, and it takes you into the travel section, which does the booking. In the previous seminars we've done, I've shown you how that works. But here I'm going to save that because I don't want to take time away from some of the new aspects that we haven't talked about before. If you want to see the difference, take a look at any of your campuses under visit, if you can find it, if they haven't buried it, because they don't realize how valuable it is. And you'll see that it's just a list or a link to the Convention and Visitor Bureau, which is even worse. Or I can't think, or maybe a link to Google or book one of the internet sites, which again is worse because you get no value, you get no data, you get no ability to reduce risk. If there's an immediate message you've got to have arrive when they arrive and check in, like a letter saying, be careful of this or that because you've got a problem here or that. Just compare this to what your campus has and you'll see the difference. Next slide. How the money part works. It's really very straightforward. Hotels charge a nightly rate. Travel agencies are paid a commission. 10% for most of the hotels, 7% for the Marriott and Hilton chains. Whatever we receive, the campus gets 80% every quarter, like clockwork, and the other 20% is divided between you and CCCS. And that's how it works. It's not more complicated than that. Next slide. Does the traveler pay more? No, and this is the part that a lot of people don't realize. This is a very old in-house, I'm not sure what you would call it. It was a info piece that the Renaissance sent out to show the different rates. I chose 2 of them because by coincidence, they were both $2.99, except the first one was a George Washington University corporate rate. No commission was paid. I don't know why. It's just arbitrary on their part. But the other $2.99 rate is for friends and family. They have a different code and they have a different name. If you look underneath and under smaller type, it says it's the it pays to book Marriott rate. Advanced savings prep, whatever that means. Commissionable, yes. So with that one, with the first $2.99, if you call it a GWU rate, it's not commissionable. And but it's the same $2.99. So it makes no difference. It's the code that matters. If you have the right code, and that's what we do, to make sure the code is correct, then you get the money. And if the code is wrong, doesn't matter what the cost is, you're not going to get the money. Next slide. The core premise, campus funding an event deserves the same return on investment, or as the hotel's ROI, I hear all the time, the same ROI as everyone else. It's the campus that's driving the demand. It's the campus that's making the commissionable even possible. And right now, as far as we're concerned, that's commission you owe. But if going unclaimed, for one reason, you can't document that you're the source of the booking. Next slide. What we do is provide the proof your member campus needs to get the money it deserves. And this is like 3 different aspects that we do. The first is the technology to document the reservation. The second is the back office accounting system to take that information and put it into usable spreadsheets and reports. And the third is to manage the money so that it's protected, it gets put in a separate account, and it's paid to you every quarter without fail. We separate the commission money from working capital. If you saw our checkbook, and yeah, we really do use an old-fashioned checkbook because I'm very old and I still do stuff like that. But number one, I don't decide how much everybody gets. That's done by Tom. Tom does all the calculations because I don't want anyone to think that as the owner, I have a stake in putting my finger on the scale. But Tom comes up with the amount because it's a calculation that's important. And then Peggy writes the checks. I sign the checks, and I'm always curious to see how much everybody made. And then Giovanni sends them out. We've been doing this now for 10 years, and it works great. Next slide. And this is what we hear all the time. And ironically, it's from the bigger schools, the ones that should know better. We already have a travel agency. I've heard this from Vanderbilt, from Princeton, from Cornell, from Columbia, from whatever. We already, no, you don't. Next slide. The travel agency that you've got does business travel, where the institution pays for the room. Next slide. We're the other, where the institution pays for the event. It's personally paid. And next slide. And the room is paid with personal funds. That's it. That's the distinction. If it's paid with personal funds, corporate doesn't touch it. If it's paid with university funds, yeah, it does. And we send people all the time to the corporate agencies. There's at least 30 schools that we work with that there's a corporate agency that uses Concur and all the account management systems that you're familiar with. We don't do that because our money comes right from the credit cards of the parents. In fact, we don't even touch the money. We're the messenger that sends the money to the hotel. We don't charge fees and we don't have a markup. We're as close to it comes to a completely free service to your traveler. Next slide. So what's the difference? Business travel, in the industry, it's expense management. The key to the contract, and I can help you with contracts if you want, but what you want is last room availability because you're protecting the budget. You do have blackout dates because you need to protect the hotel, but you want that availability so that if the person that you're booking for business travel wants a 1-bedroom and it's not available, the hotel gives you a 2-bedroom at no extra cost. That's the benefit of a negotiated rate with a corporate contract that has last room availability. This is not that. This is personal travel, which in the industry is called destination marketing. And destination marketing is where, I don't know, I love New York or Virginia's for lovers or a lot of love, trying to make you go to these places because something fabulous awaits. Well, what is more fabulous than your kid graduating from college or starting pitcher for the ball game? Or in case of my daughter, performing or ultimately directing a show. My daughter was at NYU and I was in at least 12 or 13 shows, and we went to every one, sometimes stayed for every single one of every one. I think in one case it was 5 shows I saw. So why is that separate? Well, because we don't know who these people, only the school knows these names. Uh, we can't tell the departments what to do, witness admissions at SMU. We cannot overcome the challenges of a non-mandated community. We are not you. We are not the school. We have the ability to make a difference for the school, but our problem is reaching them, which is why I'm so grateful to what Lee and Anita provide. Next slide. What's the catch? No catch. Why? Because with us, everyone wins. So many times in business, you hear, well, it's got to be a winner, it got to be a loser. No, it is not always the case. With us, the hotels benefit because they have preferred status. That helps them because otherwise they're fighting the internet. Just put in hotels near, name the college, it doesn't really matter. And the internet will supply 1,000 options within a second and a half. That's not what a hotel wants, and that's not what you want. You benefit too, because in addition to revenue, cost savings, data, you get free customer service for your travelers. You may not know if I asked you what are the 3 reasons why people have problems, but I can tell you why. They want to take a day off, they want to add a day, or they want to change the dates. That's 90% of the problems we deal with. Simple to fix if the hotel works with us. And because they are a preferred hotel of yours, they do. So the traveler benefits because they get preferred treatment. The hotels benefit because they get to keep the client who's now very happy. You benefit because your revenue and cost savings and free service protects the brand and gives you a return on investment. Next line. Oh, and we win because we get clients who pay us a monthly fee. How much is the monthly fee? Well, in the case of Tulane, it ranges $100 a month. 90% of the time, it's between $25 and $45 a month. Because when we start a campus, there's no backup, there's no background, there's no history we can point to because the schools don't have any idea how much business. All they can tell is what they think that they've heard. Like we just opened up in California at what's the name of the school? It's part of the Claremont group. I can't think of the name. Pomona College, and Jonathan Winters Williams, who is the admissions director, knows us well because he used to be at NYU. That's how most of our people come. They just go from school to school. They find out there's no program. They call me and they say, Larry, just get in here. We got nothing. Well, that's what happened at Pomona. Jonathan was when we did our Zoom, what Jonathan said was we have maybe 50 or 60 people, sorry, 500 or 600 people a week coming for one reason or another. How much can you make? Well, what I've tried to do with this interactive revenue calculator is put together a chart, which I'll send you. Here, it's just, of course, a static picture, but it is interactive. If you change the number of visitors, it'll automatically change the money. But what I tried to do is put down the most common reasons for people to travel, and you can play with that and see how much, then just multiply it by the number of members that you've got. Next slide. Data isn't just names. And here I'm going to go pretty quickly because it's mostly just examples of data that you get. This is a spreadsheet that you can filter. What's beautiful about this is you can sort by checkout date or check-in date, excuse me. If you sort by check-in date, you'll know who's coming, why they're coming, when they're checking in the event that you want to do explore some options that I'll explain to you in a minute. But you get data that you do not have now, your people do not have. Next slide. Which hotels are performing best? I'm always surprised that there's kind of a general sense as to which hotel is making the most or doing the most, etc. We can tell you on a basis of rooms, bookings, and sales over whatever period you want the data will tell you which hotels are doing the best. And that's very useful in terms of trying to figure out which hotels might be best for corporate travel, because again, one benefits the other. To get a corporate agency, you need volume. There is no volume in business paid anymore, but the volume comes from us, which you don't get unless you have our data. So this is a perfect example of where working with us helps your corporate agency, which normally would think we're competing with them. We're not. Trust me. We want nothing to do with business travel. Whole different business. Next slide. A pie chart for easy analysis. What we do is we give you a pie chart that shows by color any given date period which is doing the best. Is it prospective students or orientation, athletic, etc.? It's very cool. This is something I like as opposed to data. You get data too, but the pie chart is, everybody wants the pie chart. Next one. Analytics. We help a new campus identify where the prospects are to make money. And what we've done here, this is for Emory, you can tell by the links. Look at that. Why is it that Georgia Tech makes way more money than Emory? Well, there's no mention of hotels. It's not like they've got a competitive site. I think there's one there that has a competitive site. But we can't convey to the member that this is under their control. This is not federal money. This is not anything that's going to be impacted by budget cuts or whatever. This is money that you control. But if you bury the link or don't mention hotels in the events, well, they're throwing money away. Next slide. And this is the new stuff. And I'm going to save, I only got 7 minutes left. There's a new hotel confirmation coming up. It's got a picture of the hotel, a map. Next slide. But most important, it's got a place on the bottom. Sorry, my dog there. It's got a place on the bottom that we have not rolled this out yet, but it's coming in the autumn, where your other campus services can put in vouchers or discount coupons. We tried it out at Georgia Tech and at Tulane, both extremely successful. People loved it. The beauty is, and this is something that Nita and I were talking about, the beauty is that people can get their confirmation in June, say, for a trip in July. They can get a discount on apparel, logo merchandise, or whatever, or a Starbucks or a ground arrangement or any of the features that are possible, and then pick up the logo merchandise or utilize the service when they arrive. But it allows the parents, when they're excited about the trip, to book in advance. It's the closest I can come is going to the drugstore and buying something, and you get your invoice, and then on the bottom you get 20 different discount coupons. This opens the door for campus services to be able to reach parents and families who will otherwise only be on campus for a day or two and may not be able to come by. This is a brand new feature. I'm really excited about it. And so far, the people that I spoke to, maybe a dozen campuses that are big players for us, and said, do you want to be part of the pilot? And they all said, are you kidding? How quick? Next slide. Other opportunities. There's money in groups. You make 90% of a group. And I can tell you how to do that afterwards if you're interested. The campus services I've already done. Colleague discounts is something we created. What that means is that your staff can get discounts at any of the 120 schools. The idea is for each of your schools to be able to use each other's special rate, but you get the commission if they're booking through you, and they get the commission if you're booking through them. It's something that is amazingly effective and didn't cost any money, and there's no login, there's no fees. It's just automatically available to everybody in the program. Get it right now. It's just a link and they can put it on their website. Next slide. Athletics. Not only can we do home games, but we can do away games. the Naval Academy is one of our accounts, but they play the Army Navy game in Philadelphia. We do Drexel and Temple in Philadelphia. We can set up a hotel in Philadelphia, code it so the Naval Academy gets the money, and make it possible for somebody who's going to the Army Navy game to be able to do it through the Naval Academy site, and the Naval Academy makes money. Everybody knows that you can make money on home games. Nobody else can make money for you on away games. Next slide. And of course, the logo merchandise goes without saying. I've already discussed the campus merchandise, so I'll spare you. It's basically just saying, and then this is example of systems that you can bring in on that discount thing. You can do it for ride shares. You can do it for car rentals, transfers, even airport parking. Next slide. I'm rushing because there's only a few minutes left. Does it work? 60 million in sales that we've made, 3.8 million that we've sent in commission payouts since we've started, 120 campuses in the program. People don't know the travel industry that well. I assure you, travel agencies do not make 3.8 million. When they keep it, they don't make it. We give it away. Next slide. I'll spare you all the wonderful comments. The next three of them are, this is comments from parents, comments from campus. We've given this workshop at Nakubo and also at SCTM and NACIS. So we've made the rounds. A lot of endorsements. And then the next one is from hotels. And we've gotten my two favorite are this one and one that said, we can't believe that everybody else hasn't done this. I love that one. And then the next slide. Where does it leave us? It's simple. Visitors are unappreciated as a market. Incoming travel is an asset, but it's unclaimed. We convert reservations you can't see into money you can use. It's revenue otherwise left on the table. It's owed you. It's going unclaimed because people don't realize that all it takes is to verify it. Next. Bottom line, it's our expertise and your outreach. That's the partnership. And with it, we can accomplish a whole lot. So the next steps, and then I'm done. I made my 30 minutes, but I don't hope we have enough time for questions. Next is the last slide. Help us spread the word. Let us spin straw into gold. Set up a Zoom meeting for your members. Do it now before the academic calendar starts, because this is the beginning of the academic calendar. There's no cost. What have you got to lose? And that's it. Does anybody have any questions? And I'm sorry I rushed so much, but I didn't want to leave anything out. It's hard.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. Let's open it up for questions. Anybody?
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What are some good solutions for campuses where like multiple people in different departments might be interested and they're reaching out and starting different pages, right? What's a great solution for that? Or is there a catch on your end where that can be managed?
Well, it's up. We can't control the different departments, obviously. What we usually do in a situation like that is we have a Zoom meeting that tries to convey to everybody on campus the benefits of all rowing in the same direction. Number one, you're not wasting your volume. Number two, if the money is going to the scholarship fund, everybody benefits. I've seen admissions use the money for t-shirts. Alumni sometimes comes in and says, well, we're going to give the money to the foundation. At Tulane, they give not just the money for scholarships, but we've been able to negotiate free rooms so that parents that are on scholarship can come to the campus and visit. It really does benefit every department in their own way. It's just that you somehow have to reach them. And the only way to do it is using a Zoom. That's, if that answers your question, to try to find the common denominator that everybody wants, which is to benefit the campus, the institution in one way. Because if everybody has different preferred hotels without technology, well, it's just all wasted. All that volume is because you can't document it. If you can't document it, you don't even know that it's there, let alone get the money. And most important, you can't help these travelers because that's one of the best. Protecting the brand is the phrase we use, because people are so grateful when something simple like taking a night off or adding a night or changing a date when move-in gets moved to a different day, and now it's not even their fault, but they don't have to pay a cancellation fee because the hotel gets it and understand. I mean, things like that. It's like a world of difference. Anyhow, I hope that answers your question. If not, feel free to reach out and I'll be able to spend more time and deal with your particular, the one you're thinking of. But that's great. That's really the biggest. I mean, if you saw the amount of web opportunity sheets we do, where there's no mention of hotels by all the different departments, or, I mean, sometimes it's not like competitive hotel lists. This is none mentioned, like hotels don't exist. It's
No,
crazy.
and we've also seen some campuses allow the commissions to draw or to go down to the departments, and that's easily, the commission can easily be segregated into departmental revenues by the reports that Larry has. Other
Thanks. Right.
campuses just keep it as in their general fund. So I
That's
don't know if
great.
that helps in the your question about departments or not.
Well, and here's an enhancement to your answer, Leon. I thank you. That's great. The pie chart will tell you over whatever period you want who generated what. That'll tell you that alumni did 30%, they can have 30% of the money. So you can distribute the money internally any way you want. It's your money, it's unconditional. And it's every quarter. Anything else? Please, I love these questions. They're great.
No more questions?
It's Tracy from Florida. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Sorry.
Tracy.
Hi. Sorry, I was out for a second, you guys. We are literally on a skeleton crew in my office. Bob and Danny are at Heffa, and our executive assistant just found out she has the flu, so she's at the doctor. Liz has taken her kid to college, so I'm running the show today. The entire show.
That's good.
That's me. So sorry. And then one of my presidents called, so I had to like dip off here for just a second and like mute so I could talk to one of our presidents. So anyway, how do we have a meeting with our colleges to let them know more about this and how they get started? I'm sorry if I missed all that because I was.
It's simple. I can send you. In fact, I know Florida better than most because he died, I think, a couple of years ago, but he was in charge of FICIRMA, which was your insurance program.
Oh yeah.
He and
Ben
I were
Donatelli.
really,
I loved Ben.
yeah, Ben Donatelli. He was one of the people that I started this program with how many years ago, and tried so hard to do it. And I went down there twice for various meetings, but it didn't work as well as Zoom meetings do because there's so much going on at your meetings that it's hard to be singled out, even when the benefits are obvious. But I know your schools, and University of Miami in particular used to be one of my accounts. I know it very well. There is so much money there. And what is one of the schools we work with is University of North Florida. And they've had a great deal of success. Jacksonville is terrific. But a perfect example is one of your members, Jacksonville University, I believe, is in the same town. And they use the same hotels and they make no money. And I've been trying to reach them to say, look, UNF is making the money and you're not. And it's the same hotels and you're giving it away. and I don't know who to reach. So the trick is using Zooms, because I can send you a sample letter to send out to everybody and tons of endorsements. And we can talk at length about that because Florida is one of the states I know better than most.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could send me some information that I could send out for them, and then maybe after that, see if we can garner some interest and then have a Zoom with some of my schools. I would love that.
I would love that. It would be
Thank
an
you.
honor because I think of Ben all the time. There's maybe
Oh,
a half dozen people in this industry that have passed away on me, and I miss them greatly. I'm gonna cry.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Tracy, I would also suggest as far as target markets,
Mhm.
target individuals on campus, at your bigger schools, the CFOs probably aren't going to pay attention to this
My
because they're
CF
looking.
knows.
Your CF knows they're probably not going to pay attention to this because they're looking at bigger fish.
That's
Right.
right.
But if you contact alumni affairs, student affairs, athletics, and let them
Okay.
know that there is revenue that they could be getting for their department, they're going to be all ears.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
admissions too. All those visiting
Admissions
students.
too.
Admissions is a big
That's
one
true.
because
Got
they benefit so much from the customer service.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
The
Thanks, Lion.
Mm-hmm.
only one that I was never able to solve was, just to end with a goofy story, of divorced parents, and the husband said, no, let the wife go because I'm busy working. So she's going to take my daughter to commencement and I'm going to just whatever, and I'll pay for it. So he put his name, his card on the thing. And then he found out that she was taking her new boyfriend, and customer service really saved that one.
Right.
You have to write a book someday, Larry.
Sorry.
You'll have to write a book someday.
Oh, believe me. Believe me. It's actually
Anybody
fun.
else have any questions for the good of the group? Larry, you must have done an excellent job.
Well, I hope so. Please look at sorry for the cartoon for Rumpelstiltskin, but trust me, turning straw into gold is for real. You're taking a booking reservation that is absolutely worthless and turning it into money. And the money is real. I'll just say two things and then I'll stop. Tulane's made $500,000 on this program since they've started. $500,000 at zero cost. It now funds the travel department that in the beginning said no. It was campus services that said yes. And NYU has made $250,000. Rice has made $250,000. I mean, the big schools are the ones that have so much to gain. And they're the ones that are the hardest to reach. So all I can tell you is the money is there. Vanderbilt is another one. And that's special because it's the person that I used to work with started the CCCS, right?
David Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Jones, yes.
So
Mhm.
again, there's a lot of past that ties us all together. And I'm very, very proud to work with you guys. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it.
Same here. So we will follow up this webinar with, I'll get you a recording of this and I'll get you Larry's contact information, and happy to help you coordinate with Larry if that's helpful to you, and appreciate y'all coming by today.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a good week, everybody.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.